Installation on a Maxus e-Deliver. 3. Regarding the mounting height. On the rear door, we can choose to place the lock from the middle of the door all the way up. We do not want to place the lock in the lower part, because the post is so thick that the long through screw will not reach through. If you still want to carry out the installation down here, you can do so, but then you will need to drive 4 rivets into the cavity of the right rear door and skip the through bolt. But today we are placing the lock just below the text, and then we can use the through bolt for the end plate on the post. On the side door of the Maxus e-Deliver 3, we can install at any height we want on the punch side door, provided that we are on a level surface. That is to say, it is not exactly even above the rail here, but from this part all the way up, there is free placement on the vehicle. We start by cleaning the surfaces of the vehicle. On the rear door, we move the drilling template 7 to 8 mm to the left on the door. That is to say, not the black line, but we move the drilling template 7 to 8 mm to the left so that the holes will be better positioned on the inside. On the side door, we stick the drilling template so that the black line aligns with where the door panel ends on the side door, cut the drilling template to allow the doors to open. On the rear door, we carefully identify and mark the areas that should not be drilled for this installation. On the side door, we also slightly mark the areas where we should not drill. We use an automatic punch and punch in the center of the holes on the left. On the right rear, we carefully and precisely move 2 mm to the left in order to create a better and more efficient clearance for the lock mechanism. On the side door, we meticulously drill 3 evenly spaced holes right in the center of the predetermined marking. On the body, on the side door, we angle it slightly inward and a bit downward for better clearance. Attach a small drill 3 to 4 meters and start by drilling the holes on the right rear door. There is a reinforced plate behind the outer plate. Drill through the outer plate and the reinforced plate that is located just behind it. In the upper holes, there was only an outer plate to drill through, but at the bottom, there was a reinforced plate behind it. Drill through the reinforced plate as well, if it is present. Before we drill on the left rear door, we open it to prevent any breakthrough to the pillar. We start by drilling all the way through these 3 holes, except for the hole farthest to the left. Carefully drill the outer plate farthest to the left. On the side door, we start drilling the holes to the left on the body. There may be a reinforcement plate behind. Drill the outer plate and the reinforcement plate with a smaller drill. Open the side door before you start drilling. On the rear door, left rear door, we drill 3 holes of 6.5 mm through Drill the second hole in the right rear door from the top at 6.5 mm all the way through the entire pillar. Still on the right rear door, we drill the remaining 3 holes to 9 mm on only the outer plate. On the side door, we drill all 4 holes in the body to 9 mm. Open the side door and drill all 3 holes to 6.5 meters through. Use a 7.5 mm drill and drill the hole farthest to the left on the left rear door to 7.5 mm only through the outer plate. Carefully and gently take out the drill template for the down button and gently place it inside the post on the left rear door, ensuring that the middle hole is perfectly aligned with the hole we see on the post. Center punch in the middle of all the markings. Attach a smaller drill and pre-drill at the center of all 3 holes. Change the drill to 7 mm. Drill all 3 holes to 7 mm, only the outer plate. Be careful not to break through so that we do not make marks on the outside of the door. Take a countersink or a manual deburring tool and deburr all the holes. Take cavity wax and spray it into all cavities. Take out rust protection primer or a fish pin and paint all surfaces inside and out. On the right rear door, there is a reinforced plate from the lower edge halfway up. When we have a double plate, we use the short rivet, and when we have a single plate, we use the long split rivet. In this case, we will use the long fish pin on the top hole and the 3rd hole from the top. For the 4th hole, where there was a double plate, we will use a short rivet. On the right rear, at the hole at the bottom, the metal was too strong, so we used the short-ribbed rivet in this hole. On the side door, we use the short rivet that is grooved in all 4 holes. Replace the fitting on the tool with M5. and secure 2 small M5 rivets in the top and bottom hole on the inside pillar of the left rear door. Take out the black gaskets and stick them on. Use a thread locker that is weak or medium strength. You must absolutely not use very strong Loctite. Apply a dab carefully to all the rivets. We continue with Loctite on the rivets for the end plate on the side door. Take a shim and 2 screws with balls in the heads and carefully secure them at the top and bottom of the right rear door. Take out the end plate and 2 screws with a countersunk head. The lower one should be 25 mm long and the upper one 100 mm. Take a black rubber washer and a large nut and secure it on the inside of the pillar. Be careful not to over-tighten so that the pillar compresses against the outer panel. Carefully retrieve the lock with the cable. Take a shim, a base plate, a screw with a countersunk head that is 30 mm long, and pass the wire through the base plate and the shim. Carefully pass the wire, ensuring it is straight and untangled, through the left hole of the rear door, which measures precisely 7.5 m in diameter, so that it emerges smoothly through the middle hole located on the inside of the structural pillar, which supports the door frame. Meet the 30 mm long screw with a large washer and a large nut on the inside. Remember to always keep in mind not to over-tighten the screw and nut too much, as this will cause the plates to pull together. 1 thread past the nut is sufficient, but not excessively. Manually lock the piston with your hand. Keep the cable taut and place the lock next to the base plate. Then press the lock at the far end so that it can slide on lightly. Once it has slid slightly more, we can carefully pull it sideways. Check that the cable is functioning as it should. Take 2 screws with ball head and Loctite, 2 small washers, and secure them in the holes on the inside of the left rear door. Carefully take out the red plastic button and screw the gold-colored nipple 7 to 8 turns to the left. Carefully and manually lock the piston securely with your finger. Then gently thread the wire through the small hole on the back of the button. And then back down. Now it's not open here, so you need to apply some force. If you can't get the wire through, you'll need to open it a few more turns. When the wire is through the button, you can pull it forward, but not backward. If you have pulled it too far forward and want to go back, you can press down the nipple to be able to move backward. When the piston is in the locked position and the wire is through, we pull the button forward to the side of the post, and then it is perfectly adjusted. Now tighten the nipple in that position. Take out 2 screws that are M5 and secure the button at the top and bottom. Test the button to ensure that everything works and functionality is as a carefully sever the wire at the top of the lower edge, then gently take out a base plate and cut off the heel here. Take out a shim for the side door's end cap. 2 screws, ball roller head, secure at the top and bottom. Take out a final link, 2 screws, 25mm long with a countersunk head, and secure them to the side door's body. Take out a shim, a base plate, a screw with a countersunk head that is 25mm long, a large washer, and large nuts, and secure them on the side door. When we tighten the screw, it is important that we do not tighten it too much, because there is an air gap between the outer and inner plates. If we tighten the screw too much, we will pull the plates together and cause a metal damage to the car. If you hold your thumb at the very end, you can feel when the lock, the base plate, starts to flex. And when it is pulled in there, it is properly tensioned. We must not tighten it any more than this. Carefully tighten the screw so that it is perfectly flush with the nut. The screw should not extend past the nut, but should end exactly flush with the nuts locking. Take out the lock that does not have an emergency wire. Manually lock the piston with your finger. Carefully place the lock to the right of the base plate. Then, gently press with your left hand to angle the plate so that it comes behind. Then gently pull the lock sideways until it clicks. Unlock the lock and test close the door. Take out 2 screws with ball heads and small washers and secure them from the inside. Test the locks to ensure they function as intended. Oil the locks with CRCS lock oil.